Lurking in the basement of Cadillac's headquarters is a team of people with an obvious dark sense of humor and a love of power and speed, and their collective minds have come up with this, the ridiculously excessive 2023 Cadillac Escalade four-wheel drive V Series. It's excessive in every way possible. It's the most powerful full-size SUV on the planet. It's one of the heaviest at 6,217 pounds, and it's swankier than a five-star hotel. And today I'm going to review it, and let's see if it's worth its very high sticker price. Okay, so let's start with under the hood. The Cadillac Escalade V utilizes GM's supercharged 6.2-liter V8 from the CT5 Blackwing, but with a few changes. All of the forged internals are identical, but this version of the V8 has a bigger 2.7-liter Eaton supercharger instead of the 1.7-liter setup in the CT5. It's actually closer in size to the C7 Corvette Z01 supercharger, and that extra liter helps compensate for the Escalade's massive size. The end result is 682 horsepower, 653 foot-pounds of torque at around 2,000 RPM, driven through the excellent 10-speed automatic transmission. This thing will get from 0 to 60 in around 4.3 seconds from a standstill, and onto the quarter mile in around 12.74. It's the fastest school bus on the road. So the Escalade V sends 50% of its power to each axle under normal circumstances. However, in launch control mode, it can send 70% to the rear, so expect somewhat of a Carolina squat when you mash the pedal on launch. So given the fact that the Cadillac V Series Escalade is over 3 tons, I would expect it to have pretty good brakes, and it does. These are 6-piston Brembos at the front, 16.1-inch rotors. They work really well. Nice set of 22-inch alloys and these 275/50 Bridgestone tires. Kind of wish it had the Michelins or some Contis, but it doesn't. And then also it has GM's latest version of the adaptive air suspension and magnetic ride system 4.0. So since this Caddy V runs on the newest platform, it is slightly stretched over the previous generation of Tahoe, GMC, etc., and it's got more room. So with all the seats up, obviously it's got 3 rows, 25 cubic feet of space right here, a little bit of space underneath as well. And then if you put these seats down, you get around 63, and then if you put the second row down, you get about 109, which is massive. If you want any more room, then get the ESV, which has 119 cubic feet with all the seats flat. So they're pretty easy to put down. There's a couple of buttons right here, and down it goes. Same thing here. And the second row is also powered. Just hit this button right here. Seat goes down, hit it again. Eventually it pops right up there for some stowage behind the seat itself. Same with the other side right there. Then getting them back up again, second row is a manual effort. These two are automatic, so you just simply push a button and they come right back up. Easy. So how much is it? Well, it's $148,195, and for that you get semi-aniline leather seats in all 3 rows. You also get V badges as well, 1 on each door, 1 on the back. You also get a massively loud exhaust, various different drive modes, of which V is the fun one, but you can make it stealthy if you need to. And then there's one option on this car, and that is a refrigerator freezer in the center console, so your ice cream doesn't melt. That takes the price to $150,000 and some change, which is a lot of money. It's some $40,000 over the premium Escalade. So in the second row, plenty of room. Headrest goes up. You've got controls here to go back and forth. You've got an entertainment screen with some headsets. You've got a cup holder in a little drawer. You've got your HVAC controls, and you've got plenty of USB power and HDMI power as well. You've got the panoramic moonroof right here. Now I did get in the back of the premium I tested. about 6 or 7 months ago, and I fit quite well. It's actually quite roomy since they've extended this vehicle. You also get a little armrest here, beautiful soft leather. It is a very nice place to be. So the front is equally nice, if not better. Super comfortable seats, really like them. Really nice leather covered steering wheel, super soft leather there. Here's your refrigerator freezer with 2 controls, one for refrigerator, one for freezer. And it does get really quite cold in there. Nice size cup holders, more power up here, and generally an extremely nice place to be for your $150,000. Cadillac system is really pretty easy to use. You could just go in here, you can go to settings, you can go to the most important one, which is the vehicle one, and then you can customize your drive modes. This is really all I care about. So V mode, which we're in right now, most aggressive modes across the board. You can go into snow and ice, but we don't want that today because there isn't any really in Southern California. Go back to V mode. This is where you can customize your My mode. My mode is everything quiet, so stealthy, don't upset your neighbors. Really like the quality of this huge OLED screen. Even when you put your hands behind it, it feels the soft feel materials. It really is nice. And then further down here, you've got some console storage, 2 cup holders, got a garage door opener and some power. Here you've got your lane departure and your auto hold. And then your V mode button hidden behind this shifter. I don't like these Prius style shifters, but whatever. And then you can go through the menus with this little scroll wheel as well, and navigate to various different things, including navigation. Also in the center console, you get this nice little phone, very grippy phone holder, which also charges your phone and also charges my phone through the case. Well done, Cadillac. So ahead of the driver, you get a very slick, clean looking display here. The little flag at the bottom right there is because I'm in V mode or sport mode. Tachometer around the edge, speed in the middle, really all the information that you need to know. Then off to the side, you have your trip, how far you've gone, the average fuel economy. That's pretty bad, but whatever, I didn't expect much better. And here you can change your head-up display controls. And then down here, you've got your controls for your suspension settings, air soft suspension. You can go up or down as you please. And then mode button, when you depress this, you can toggle through tow haul, My mode, which is that stealth mode that I had it set up in, tour mode, which is pretty stealthy, and then sport mode. And then when you press the V mode button behind the shifter, that little checkered flag there changes to a V, so you know that you're in the most aggressive mode. All right, so the only thing left to do now is to drive this, and we'll see how much fun this thing is to drive. So even on this bumpy stuff, the suspension isn't bad. It's decently compliant. It's never super harsh with this car, and that's kind of what Cadillac intended. All right, V mode, max attack. Let's go. How loud is that? Unbelievable. Wow. Super aggressive exhaust. So slow in, fast out. Oh, jeez. This car should not be this fast. Absolutely not. It's a total brick. It's like the world's fastest school bus. Amazing. Brakes are really good too. Super progressive. You don't really need to stomp on them too much, although I would be glad to bring this down to more sane speeds if I needed to. Wow. This is better than I expected. I thought, well, you know, Cadillac's putting a big engine in here. They're either going to make it like a super crashy ride, or it's going to feel a little out of control. But they've kind of got this perfect Goldilocks feel to it, in that it really does feel very stable. Hear that cracking out the back? Absolutely incredible. speed down for this left-hander. Actually, these Bridgestones aren't too bad, and then floor it. Wow. Wow. Sounds like gunfire. Kind of hustle this pretty well through these turns. Kind of impressed. Definitely massively obnoxious for your neighbors if you're going to do this. Luckily, I'm out in the middle of nowhere and nobody cares. Ah, Cadillac, you are insane, and I love it. Definitely got to hang on tight to the helm here. It definitely takes some driving at speed. This is definitely no sports car, although it kind of goes like one. Transmission is epically good too. It's that 10 speed, as I mentioned. It's made it perfectly with this engine. It's not short of power anywhere. Of course, driving like this does nothing for your fuel economy. And really nothing for your wallet, considering I'm in California. Pretty much the highest prices anywhere in the US. Alright, hard on the brakes here for this hard right-hander. I'm sure the average family is not going to drive this like this. I feel like, you know, this is for somebody with a little bit more money than sense that just wants to show off a little bit. Claim they have the world's most powerful full-size SUV, which they do. Wow. And it's very stable at higher speeds. Cadillac has done a very good job with this, but you have to watch out because going at higher speeds in a car that weighs this much, you really have to plan ahead. Know where your turns are. Make sure you apply enough brakes to go in slow. This thing is not going to pull very high G's in the turns. And because it lifts the front of the car up, you feel a little bit of a lightness in the steering. You've just got to use caution. But I can't really imagine many people that actually buy one of these and spend the $150,000 on it that would be driving it like this. But when you have 682 horsepower, I don't care. I have to drive it to see how good it is. So the road here is smoothed out a little bit. These are sort of tighter turns. Again, but remarkably poised. I mean, and pretty direct steering. Absolutely no fault with the brakes whatsoever. These Brembos are pretty damn good. I mean, 16.1 inch rotors on the front. There's that overrun again. Of course, it reminds me of the CT5 Blackwing because, of course, it's got a very similar engine under the hood, almost identical, in fact, except for it makes more horsepower, a little bit less torque, but it has a zonking 2.7 liter supercharger bolted onto it. I mean, the sensation of speed it doesn't feel that fast, which is a problem because being big, being quite tall, you sit up quite high, you look at the speedo and you're doing more than you think you should be, or more than you think you're doing. So you end up pretty much stomping on the brakes for the next turn. Now, I'll be honest, a Cadillac Escalade should not be this fast. But hey, it is, and I'll take it. So what do we think? Well, Cadillac is busy making EVs, but they found time to make this amazing machine. It is absolutely ridiculous. They didn't really need to do it, but they really wanted to. 682 horsepower in an Escalade. It's absolutely amazing. And the other thing is, it's also almost bankrupted me in fuel costs for this week, but that's a whole other story. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time with another video. Out.